Today, we're going to delve into something that can make your airport experience a whole lot smoother. I'm talking about TSA benefits for active duty, retirees, and veterans. We'll talk about what's available, who qualifies, what the limitations are, and how your family fits into all of this. And stay with us to the end, and we'll tell you the 5 tips to get you through security faster and smoother. Hey everyone, welcome back to Vets on Vacay, where we help veterans and retirees make the most out of their military travel benefits. Let's start with active duty service members. So if you're currently serving on active duty, the National Guard, or reserves, or even as a midshipman or cadet at one of the military service academies, you can use the TSA PreCheck at no additional charge. And you don't even have to apply separately. When you're booking your travel, just use your 10-digit DoD ID number in the known traveler number field and confirm that your date of birth and your full name match your ID. Once that's in, you should see the TSA PreCheck on your boarding pass. This benefit is only for the active duty service member and not the spouse. And children have different set of rules, which are pretty easy to follow once you know them. So let's go ahead through them real quick. Children 12 and under, when traveling with a person, a parent or guardian who has TSA PreCheck, can go through the TSA PreCheck line with them and don't need to have anything marked TSA PreChecked on their boarding passes. Children 13 to 17 can join you in the TSA PreCheck line as long as they do have that TSA PreCheck indicator on their boarding pass. In order to get the TSA PreCheck indicator on the child's 13 to 17's boarding pass, all you have to do is make sure that the adult flying with the child are both on the same reservation and the adult's boarding pass has the TSA PreCheck on it, indicator on it. If the child does not have their own KTN, you should not enter one for the child on the reservation. Just leave that KTN field blank. Military spouses will need to apply for their own TSA PreCheck enrollment, but TSA is now giving a $25 discount to any spouses of currently serving military members. Gold Star and military survivor families are eligible for TSA PreCheck free. In addition to meeting the standard TSA requirements, the member must provide an eligibility verification letter of Gold Star status from the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, or TAPS. We'll put a link for the TSA website with the additional details about this process. Once you leave active duty, you won't be able to use your DoD ID number as a KTN anymore. You're going to need to go ahead and apply just like any civilian would. Let's take a minute and talk about the Vet Safe Travel Act. It was enacted and signed into law January 4th of 2025, so just this year. The Veterans Expedited TSA Screening, Vets Safe Travel Act, directed the TSA to provide free TSA PreCheck enrollment to certain disabled veterans. Eligibility is pretty narrow on this one, though. The VA must determine that you have a service-connected disability and you require the use of a wheelchair, prosthetic limb, or some sort of other assistive mobility device due to one of the following conditions: loss of or loss of use of an extremity, full or partial paralysis, or permanent blindness. Pretty limited. And you gotta be enrolled in the VA patient enrollment system. This fee waiver only applies to the veteran who meets the criteria. Family members and other veterans can still enroll in PreCheck, TSA PreCheck, through the standard process. TSA states that it is working with the VA to roll out the enrollment pathway to these vets. So if you are or you know somebody in this situation, take the time, look into it. We'll be creating an updated video when the details become available. So subscribe to the channel and be notified as soon as any other videos come out. And in case you didn't know, all disabled service members and veterans who need some additional assistance at security, whether you're going through standard or TSA PreCheck, you can request assistance through the TSA Cares line. TSA will share your needs with both the departing and arriving U.S. airports so you can get the necessary support at the security checkpoint. TSA asks that you contact TSA Care at least 72 hours prior to travel. We'll provide a link to the TSA website that will give some additional details on the program and how you can request additional assistance. There are some common mistakes when using TSA PreCheck and assistance services. So here are 5 tips to help you avoid them. Add your KTN or your DoD ID number, if active duty, to the airline profile and every booking when you book your tickets. Do it every single time. Verify your name and your date of birth exactly match your enrollment. If they don't match, you won't see your PreCheck designation on your boarding pass, and you won't be able to go through the TSA PreCheck line. If you have a child traveling with you, and make sure things are in line to allow you to travel smoothly through security. While children 12 and under can go through security with any parent or guardian without having the PreCheck designation on their boarding pass, all children 13 to 17 need to have that PreCheck designation in order to use the service. Verify that the information for everyone in your family is in the airline profile and correct. If you see any errors, get them corrected before you get to the airport. Bring a Real ID compliant license or any other ID that's acceptable, it's Real ID like a passport, with you. Real ID is now being enforced. We do have a video on Real ID options for military veterans and retirees. We'll link that one in the description below. If the PreCheck indicator isn't on your boarding pass when you print it out, contact the airline immediately to find out why and have it corrected. Sometimes this requires a trip to the check-in desk at the airport. Without it, you won't be able to use the PreCheck line, even if you're eligible. Don't forget, contact TSA Cares to request any assistance 72 hours before your travel. So that's your quick start for smoother screening. Safe travels, guys. And if this has helped, please like and share so more veterans, service members, and families can fly with less friction. Hey, this is Mike for Vets on Vacay. We'll see you in the next one.